Hey guys, I don't know if anybody's on here yet, but we're just waiting on Judi right now. Hey guys, I don't know if anybody's on here yet. Whew. I want to play some music, but I don't know if I'm gonna get copyrighted for this. I don't know. We're gonna see. No, I'm not gonna risk it. Just play them some Low Debbie, girl. The gag is, I don't know how to play music on here. This is literally my first streamed live. So I don't know. I don't know. We gonna see. Rolling, rolling. Sorry, y'all. We're just waiting on Judi right now still. Hey, hey, you, I don't like your girlfriend. Hi, Judy. I don't know. Wait, hold on. How come I can't hear you? Hold on. Okay, there we go.
Hi.
Hi.
Nice to see you and meet you.
I know. I'm literally gagging right now because I can sound fanned out or whatever, but you are literally one of my favorite bad girls.
Oh, I love you so much. I was like, you know what? Let's knock this interview out. I don't want you to think
Mhm.
I'm playing with you or sending you off. I
Yeah.
have so much stuff I'm going through right now, and I know everybody is going through their own stuff. And you
Mhm.
know, this this Christmas marked 10 years since my dad crossed over. So it's just a lot. Tomorrow's my mom's birthday, and she's not
Mhm.
physically here with me. So it's just the holidays are a little bit on top of just everyday things, bills, life, just in
Mhm.
general. It's just a lot going on. So I was like, I want to be in my best mood and, just, for your interview. So I just wanted to
Yeah.
make sure that, everything, the energy was right. So I was like, let's go ahead and do it.
Okay, and then we're Pisces, so it's like
You get it. You get it.
yes,
You get
yes,
it. Like it's never it's not coming from a bad place. It's sometimes we have to just, like get our shit together, like mentally, spiritually. And then us being Pisces, we pick up on other people's energy so much. So
right,
there were times that I would be, when I would say, let's do this interview, I'm going to come to the studio, I meant it. Like I just wasn't capping. Like I meant it. But
yeah,
then when the day comes, maybe somebody rubbed me the wrong way, somebody pissed me off. Now I'm
mhm,
having a bad day. I don't want to deal with nobody, not even just you, just even the Uber driver. It like
yeah,
trickles down. So you get it.
mhm, yeah.
But I love your hair and I love your scarf. It's so cute.
Girl, I'm gagging right now. Yo, y'all can say I'm fanned out in the comments. I don't care because
are
I
we are we live? We're live?
yeah, we're live. We're
Oh,
live.
okay. Just making
And
sure. Okay, good. Okay.
for one, I want to say thank you so much for being on the show. I know my platform is very small, but of course, it's gonna grow. It's gonna get
It's
even bigger.
you start you got to start somewhere. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like
Yeah.
anybody who has a big platform started small. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? Like
I
as
agree.
long as you stay consistent, it has no choice but to grow. I'm sure your content is great. Just keep going. 2025, don't stop. Don't like second guess yourself. Don't procrastinate. Like
Mhm.
life really is so short and it we only have like a little while to do what we want to do and get it
I
done.
agree.
So just do it because who's to say this time next year you won't have like a million subscribers. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
I'm
Right.
speaking that into existence. It's gonna happen. Period.
Girl, okay. So congrats on, you and Sarah's podcast. I'll be watching. Okay.
Yes. What do you think about it? You can be honest, be real, because I want the
Oh yeah.
feedback. I love the podcast. I think it's cute. I love our setup. I
Mhm.
feel like it gives me a platform for people to get to know me even more,
Right.
on a more intellectual level and just raw and not just reality TV personality edited and stuff, because a lot
Yeah.
of people don't know I'm so like intellectual and actually very intelligent, like because they just see me just it's reality TV. And
Yeah.
that is a part of me, but
Mhm.
this is a part of me too. So I love the podcast, and I season one just finished, but I definitely think I'm moving it in another direction for a season two because
Okay.
it just has to make sense. It has to work. And unfortunately, not all things are meant to last forever. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
I agree.
for instance, 3LW, TLC, Destiny's Child. It all started with a certain amount of group members and certain people, but
They
as
just
it
dated.
grew and as things change, you gotta missing pieces, pieces
Mhm.
that fit, pieces that don't fit. It gotta make sense. You know what I'm saying? But what do you think about it? And like honestly,
So I like the setup. I always read the comments, and sometimes I do feel like Sarah tries to overpower you sometimes. And I'm just like, damn, like, can she get a word out first? And don't get me wrong, I love Sarah. Sarah be ready to tussle and rumble and fight. And, I know she be talking about the Lord and hallelujah. I do like the setup. I like the fact that you guys have conversations about real world things that are happening. And then I also like it's just so funny how Natalie is always a topic of conversation saying your mama is white, your mother's name is Karen. I said, y'all need to chill on Natalie. Like
Well, the thing is, I don't have an issue with Natalie. You know, like where what I talk about on the podcast is factual. Like everything that I say, it's no beef. But I went to school for broadcast journalism, so I also use the podcast as like a journalism outlet. You know what I'm saying? So anything. And usually when we talk about her, it's not because we're just talking about her. The fans ask about her. Like, what do we think
right.
about this? What do you anything surrounding Baddies and Bad Girls Club?
Mm-hmm.
It's fans asking questions, because we still want to incorporate that in the podcast. If it was up to me, I wouldn't talk about Baddies at all because I think it's trash. If it was up to me, I wouldn't talk about Natalie. But because the fans ask, about this and that, and then Sarah has had, I mean, so much beef with Natalie
Right.
recently, which kind of leads up into where she's in her life right now and stuff like that. Fans want to know, like more than what they've seen that was edited on Zeus or anywhere else, So, with Natalie, I think somebody asked something, or it was like a clip of the week, and her just acting ghetto and stuff. It's like, girl, like I was throwing up Suwu when I was like 18. You're doing it at 40. Like you just turned 40. Like I mean, it looks kind of ridiculous. You're 40, and I'm not saying like you're only as old as you feel, because I'm 35. I'm pushing 40. Like I don't think 40 is old, but 40, you're old enough to know better. So do
Right.
better. You know what I mean? Like it would
Especially
be
with her being
insane if I still
feminine
acted
too.
the same way I did a decade ago. You know what I'm saying? It looks kind of ridiculous that you're hanging out with like 20-year-olds. Like it's weird, but I mean, it is what it is. But that's the thing about the podcast. It's truthful, it's honest, it's factual, it's knowledgeable.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody can like be mad at that because it's a fact. Like
Right.
I'm big on speaking facts. And I feel like that's kind of where me and Sarah also don't mesh that well, because a lot of what she says, it's opinions, it's opinionated, and we're fine to have opinions, but the things
Absolutely.
that I talk about is mostly facts. Like I
Right.
can back up what I'm saying with knowledge or proof.
Right.
Like I'm Catholic. I grew up in the church. I went to Catholic school. I believe in God, all of that. But
Right.
do I like go by the Bible? No, because it was man written, and religion was ultimately created for power. You know what I'm saying? Religion is one of the most evil things that ever was created. And
Mm-hmm.
I think Sarah's just so like, oh, I'm a newfound Christian. Like she just started going to church. She got baptized, But it's like I've had God in my life my whole life, but I don't go around chastising and judging other people.
Right.
And she kind of does that. And
Mm-hmm.
this isn't the Christian network. This isn't Christian Mingle. Like this is the So Crazy podcast. Like
Right.
we're as co-hosts, we're supposed to be able to express our opinions and our thoughts and not argue about it. We can
Right.
disagree, but we don't have to argue about it. Joe Budden has 8 people on his podcast. Do they always agree? No, but they respect each other's opinions. And
Correct.
it's a conversation that flows, like you don't have to rebuttal everything I say, and she talks as if she's died and has come back from heaven to tell me like this really is what happened. And
Right.
you can't say that. That's not a fact. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
travel the world. I've been to Asia. I've been to Thailand. I go a lot of places. If I went out and told those people Buddha isn't real and my white Jesus, what they told me is the only thing that exists, they would think I'm very ignorant and closed minded. And that's just where I'm at with it. We don't know what happens.
Mm-hmm.
In this life, the Bible is basically just telling us to walk as a good person, to be Christ like, which is means just be a good person, do the right thing. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? It
Yeah.
because if nobody feared hell, everybody would be just shooting each other, killing each other. If nobody feared like hell or jail. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's just a guideline to live the best way you can, and you have to live and let live. And I just feel like if that gets better and we are able to express our opinions and not chastise and just belittle and think somebody's smarter than the other or somebody's
Mm-hmm.
right and somebody's wrong, it
Right.
would work. But as of right now, it's just, I mean, I'm just gonna be honest, it's just not working. And I've been more than nice. I've been very, held my tongue and let a lot of rude comments fly and just bad energy. And I mean, it's on camera. The people
Yeah.
are calling it out. If you look at the comments, people are, and she tries to say, oh, it's something that's going on behind the scenes. There's nothing going on behind the scenes besides me texting nonstop because I'm passionate about this podcast.
Right.
And we should be doing way bigger stuff. We're 6 months in, 7 months in. We should have more brand deals. Our podcast should be on Apple and Spotify. We should be making a nice coin from this. We should be gearing up to do our first live show. We should be
Mhm.
dropping merch. This is all stuff that I am presenting. Like, I'm the one bringing Bel Air and Beyond and these brands on. I'm the one promoting my people's stuff. Like, we should be open to sponsorships now, and there's always, and not just her, the person whose platform it is just always like a rebuttal, an argument, like they're trying to control stuff. And I mean, why? I mean, do you really want to control stuff if you're not making shit shake at all? Like, make
Agreed.
it make sense. Like, if you cannot manage this or be a manager, or you don't know what you're doing, and you're not even allowing us to make streams of income and revenue, you need to step to the side and let somebody else be the boss. You know what I'm saying? And it's not about just being the boss, it's about putting somebody that knows what they're doing and can make this the best thing that it can possibly be. You know what
Agreed.
I'm saying? It's a lot. It's just a lot.
Yeah. So do you see yourself still being friends with Sarah, even though like things are not really working out as far as the podcast goes?
Well, me and Sarah have been friends for years. You know what I'm saying? And people do change, and people do, go through personal things in their lives that reshape who they are as a person. I'm
Yeah.
not the same person I was 10 years ago. She's not the same person. I feel like, we'll always love each other and care about each other. But as far as like close friends or business, I don't think so. Just because there was a lot of rude stuff that has been said. And
Yeah.
it's crazy because she thinks that I'm being rude, but I'm not being rude. I'm literally responding to her rudeness and her hypocrisy. So
Right.
it's just like, it's kind of in a situation where I can say whatever I want to say and say whatever I want to think. But if you
Mhm.
rebuttal what I'm saying and what I think, then you're the problem. It's delusional. Like, everything I'm saying is a response to what is being said to me, or just what's being done. You know what I'm saying? So,
I
but I
feel
don't have any, there's no beef. I feel like, we're grown. Sarah turns 40 in March. I turned 36 in March. There's no beef. There's no like, oh, you know what I'm saying? We're grown as hell. We're friends outside of the show.
right.
So I think maybe one day, when, because I've tried, I've tried to, you know, make sure this bridge doesn't burn or whatever. But
Right.
I'm not in the mood to bend over backwards and apologize and do the most when I'm truly not at fault. Those
Correct.
days are over.
Yeah.
That came from an insecure place that, I didn't fully love myself enough. I, was needy, and what is it called when you like dependent? I was being very dependent, and I
Mhm.
don't need that anymore, like, in my life. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I
I
agree.
know how I should be treated, and I know how I feel. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? And if I express that, if you don't like apologize, or as a friend make me feel better, or even respond, because not responding is narcissistic, and it's abuse as well.
Oh, absolutely.
So if I'm vocalizing my opinion and coming from a very knowledgeable, factual place,
Mhm.
you know, I don't see how somebody can rebuttal that or not try to meet me halfway. I mean,
Right.
it's just common respect, like decency. And I don't feel, I feel like everybody wants to be the victim, or it's everybody else's fault. And it's just not. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? It's just not. Like, let's take accountability in 2025. If I did something
Right.
wrong, I'm sorry. I'll apologize. But you hold up your end of the bargain too. You know what I'm saying? Because no, you know what I mean? Like, this,
Yeah.
just no. But that it, and it's just so much deep, and just a lot of stuff that obviously I'm glazing over and just talking over. But I will always love Sarah, and hopefully, we can make this podcast work. But it's gonna take a lot of, just people to let go of a little bit of control. Like you do not control anything, especially when you're not bringing much to the table at all. Like, I mean, what,
No
how do
shade.
you control what? Like, you're not doing shit. And I'm not just talking about her, I'm talking about the person whose platform it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how are you gonna sit up here and say you're the manager when we're not making no coin? Like, we're like, you like, what? You're not doing anything. You're
Hmm.
not doing, at this point I'm working for free.
Right.
And bringing the viewers and bringing possible partnerships. I'm doing everything and always getting the short end of the stick and being talked to like I'm fucking crazy. I'm not doing it. You know what I'm saying? So watch how they move and then move
Yeah.
accordingly.
Yeah.
Observe and don't absorb. And that's where I'm at with it. I'm done overextending and being nice and no guys, because they don't appreciate it and they try to take my power away. It is what it is.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
And the one thing I do have is the gift of discernment. And one thing I like Sarah. Like from what I saw on TV, I genuinely like her. I think she don't let nobody play with her just because she's a white girl. She's like, yeah, I get down too.
Yeah,
Like,
but at some point, let that go. Like, okay, you're a white girl. I'm a mixed girl. Like, like what? I'm mixed. Like it has nothing to do with you being white. Like, let
mm,
that go. She
yeah,
says that a lot. Like, and starting to rub people the wrong way. Like, it's just rubbing the people the wrong way. Also, like, loving God is great, but don't chastise people because you're not perfect. You say one thing. I mean, they're saying everything everything in the comments. That nobody is dumb. Like, they're saying factual stuff. Like, you're chastising Judi for wearing shorts at church, but if we go to your timeline on Twitter, you're butt naked on OnlyFans. Like, it's like, make it make sense, and she always has like a Bible scripture that backs up, what she's doing, but I mean, like, being judgmental and chastising other people isn't Christ like either. So
yeah,
it's just,
picky choosy type.
yeah, it's delusional. It's
Yeah,
it's hypocrisy. And when I call it out, I get attacked. I'm being rude now. No, I'm responding to this. Like, you know what I mean? But I think how you said, I love Sarah too. I like Sarah. Obviously, if I didn't, I wouldn't have asked her to be a co-host on my family's platform. Because
correct.
he asked me who did I want. I could have asked anybody. Megan James is down here in Atlanta. You know
Mm,
what I'm saying? Like, there's tons of people here in Atlanta. My Pop Out Magazine people are here in Atlanta. I could have did the show with anybody, but I chose Sarah because we had a cute dynamic. She's a bad girl. The
yep.
brand is super cute. I'm like, what? Let's do it. We've been friends. We've always gotten along in the past. So, if I didn't love Sarah, I wouldn't have invited her on to ultimately my family's platform. But as far as her being white and just, I mean, that grow up. You know what I mean? Like, grow up, because she says that a lot, like, all the
Hmm.
time. Like, I have real hair, y'all have fake hair. I'm white. It's because I'm white. Like, we're all mixed, girl. Like, most of us are mixed as hell. Like, so it's not because you're white. Like, like, and it's. I feel like that's just so, like, I don't like it. You know what I mean? Like that.
Absolutely.
It's equivalent to me walking around here. They're hating on me because I'm light skinned with good hair. Like, the girl, that has nothing to do with it. Maybe you're not shit. Like, maybe that's why
Hmm.
everybody's mad. Like, maybe it's because you rub people the wrong way. Maybe because you're ignorant. You said something. It's not always your skin color like that. So I just wanted to touch on that because that just,
Yeah,
we need to let that go. Like that.
right.
That usually has nothing to do with it. You know.
But shoot, we wish Sarah the best though, because we ain't. Anyway, we can forget Sarah. You're the star of the show right now.
I love Sarah though. Like, this is no shade to Sarah. This is an interview. I'm being very honest,
Hmm.
very honest, and I'm just being honest. I don't think I said anything disrespectful. I've been factual, and I'm responding to what I've been through and how I've been treated for these past few months. I mean, all you have to do is watch the podcast.
That's
And it's
it.
crazy because I mean, obviously I realize sometimes I'm uncomfortable and I hold
Hmm.
my tongue and I think, shit is a little rude, especially when the cameras are rolling. But
Hmm.
I just let it go because this isn't the place to sit here and argue. And that's also why I started avoiding a lot of, subjects. Like, I would love to deep dive on like St. Nicholas and, what's real and just how Christmas is really a pagan holiday and Jesus was actually really born in March and it's not on Christmas. I want to do all of these deep dives and talks, but I can't because Sarah will argue. So I just try to avoid, but it shouldn't be like that. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
walking on eggshells when this should be a safe space to express yourself and talk. It's just not fair. It's not fun. It's not
Right.
fun. It's draining.
I believe
But
it.
I mean, everything that I've said, to her and to the person whose platform it is. So,
And
I
however
mean,
they take it, that's how they take it.
yeah,
That's it. But
it is what it is.
Sarah, let's talk about you. So, congratulations on, I think it's been a year since you released Superstition.
Yes, yes, Superstitious, my first
Mhm.
EP. I've been doing music for years, but I never actually released like a body of work. And I was like, I've been working on this actually since like 2019. And obviously 2020 came, the pandemic, and I was like, just sluggish. Then Baddies came around. I filmed that in 2021. And whenever you do anything Baddies or Bad Girls Club, your whole life gets sucked into that. Like anything
Yeah,
else you're doing, it's like it is a lot. Like just the energy, the drama and stuff. So I wasn't really focused. And then finally, last like fall, I locked in and I was like, I'm gonna get this done. Like I'm gonna do it now. Because like I told you earlier, the time is now. Like just do it. So
yeah.
I did it. It's such a cute EP, 6 songs, and everybody loves it. And
I enjoyed
it's
it.
cute.
It was.
Yes.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed.
Thank you. I can rap. I write all my stuff.
I know
Like
that's right.
I'm an artist in general, but I thank you. That means a lot to me because that was real. You know what I'm saying? Like I finally did it. I
You
finally did
did
it.
because the Judy that I saw, telling y'all, I had no business watching Bad Girls Club when I was like 13, 12, 13, 14. Okay, and seeing the Judy that was on TV versus the Judy now is two completely different people. And
It's
I said
crazy. Go
one
ahead.
thing about it, my girl was turned, okay? Like you was turned. You said, I know Shawty low. Like there's boys. I'm gonna kiss boys. I'm gonna do whatever I want to do. And I said, I know that's right. Because why why are y'all so mad? Because she wanna go see the guys and y'all just wanna be together. We
It's
don't
it,
wanna be
it was it's
together.
literally called the Bad Girls Club. Like I don't and a lot of things like I have matured. Obviously, we all go through stuff like I said to like propel us on a different path and just grow as a person. Growth is great. But at
Yeah,
my core, I'm still lit. Like I'm still Judy, but
okay.
a more mature, Judy. And I think also that rubs people the wrong way because they can't take it. They can't handle it. They're used to talking to me any type of way or little girl in me or little bow wow me or trying to little sis me. And that's not that anymore. And people don't know how to it kind of got them shook, but that's not, my issue. You got to deal with it. You deal with this new Judy, but no, but yeah, it was the Bad Girls Club. And it's so funny because so many people talk about like how much I drank. And I don't think people understand. Well, if you haven't done reality TV, maybe it does look a certain way on TV. But I was just the most lit. But everybody was drinking just as much as me. Like on reality TV, it's like a recipe. Take
Mm-hmm.
away the phones, take away the music, take away the TV, put strangers in a house
Yeah.
and give them alcohol. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's a show. Like everybody was literally drinking just as much as me. But because I am Creole and I am from Louisiana on my mom's side, and I was raised in Chicago. But let me tell you, we're lit. You know what I'm saying? When all my friends watch the show, everybody's like, they tweaking because we be drinking just as much as you. Like you didn't do nothing wrong. Like you were lit. Like you're in New Orleans for Mardi Gras and
Right.
you guys are literally like clocking my alcohol intake when most of it is free from production. Like it was weird, but it was an experience. I will say that every show was an experience for sure.
I believe it because I was so me. I'm 25, very young.
Yes, a
So
baby. I was just. It seems like literally I was 25 and blinked my eyes and 10 years passed. It goes so. You are. It goes so fast. Like the older you get, it is so crazy how fast it goes. Like you need
right.
to be consistent, keep going. Because in 10 years, when we circle back and do an update interview, I'm gonna need you to have like 3 million subscribers and be doing live shows so I could come and support.
What you say? Wait, so y'all heard that? Wait, did y'all hear that? She said she was coming back.
Yes,
Yes.
of course. Because I have new projects in the work that we got to talk about when that time comes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. So one thing that I really liked and what made you my favorite bad girl was just how authentic you were. The way you did not give a fuck about what anybody was talking about. You said, I don't care. I'm here to have fun. Y'all want to be sisters and hold hands and kumbaya. I'm here to have fun. Like,
Right.
and I know from season 7, correct me if I'm wrong. I think Stassi, Tierra were the two girls that you liked. And I think to this day you still are in contact with them, right?
Yes. Me, Tia, and Stassi will always have a special bond from season 7 because nobody, like I said, nobody, unless you do reality TV, and I'm not talking about Baddies and Zeus and now that's TV, because to me, like real reality TV stars, for one, they're not even on television. This is internet. They're not on national television. They're on an app.
Right.
And the way they film are differently. And I can say that because I did Baddies. You know what I'm saying? I did Baddies ATL. You can smoke weed. I mean, they're having sex with producers, production, security guard. I mean, there's nothing ethical about it, at all. And
Yeah.
when you're really on a real television show like a Bad Girls Club that was on Oxygen underneath NBC Universal, a
Yeah.
big macho. I mean, it's NBC Universal. If you look under, I mean, they own damn near everything from like
Mhm.
Disney to E to, I mean, all these. There's networks, and then there's the umbrella that all these networks are under, and they own way more than just television networks. When
Yeah.
you're really doing a show under that massive of a legit umbrella, there's rules and stipulations. You know what I'm saying? We can't be on there smoking weed and I mean, they it's against, all of that. Like it's contractual agreements. We have background checks. They know that we're not really insane, like it's a totally different, and we filmed for like 3 months. It's just
Yeah.
everything about it is black and white, literally.
Yeah.
Um so me, Tia, and Stassi becoming friends in an environment like that, we will always have a bond that will never break. And people who really have filmed real reality television shows can understand what I'm saying, because they know what it's like to not have your cell phone, to not have music, to not have TV, to not have these outside influences. I mean, when we were on Bad Girls Club, y'all didn't know who the cast was until the show dropped. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like now, all this stuff is very social media driven. They drop what the cast is before it even films. Like you're engaging more on social media. We had none of that. You know what I'm saying? So to make genuine, authentic friendships in that time under those stipulations, it's unbreakable. You know what I'm saying? Because all we
Yeah.
had was us. All we had to talk to was each other. We're not on social media, Twitter, Instagram. We don't see who's trending right now. We don't know what the shade room just posted. It didn't even exist then. You know what I'm saying? It's different. So that sisterhood will always be, a bond that we will always have, no matter what.
Right. And that's good because I know it's rare to see friendships come out of TV because they think, oh, TV is fake. This is not a real friendship. It's just for TV kind of thing. So that's why I wanted to see, like, are you, Tiara and Stassi, really friends outside the show? Because a lot of people are thinking, like, oh, yeah, the friendships on the show aren't real because they're probably not even going to talk to each other, like, ever again.
Well, no, like like I said, like on like when we filmed Bad Girls Club, we were there for 3 months, so we had enough time to grow, get to know each other, character development, and all that. And we
Mm-hmm.
are still friends now. Have we had our ups and downs? Absolutely. And I'm sure everybody kind of knows about drama that me and Tiara have had in the past. There's been times when Tiara and Stassi weren't even friends. There's a reason why Stassi wasn't at Tiara's wedding. I was at Tiara's wedding and I was in her wedding. I was her
Mm-hmm.
bridesmaid.
Yeah.
Stassi wasn't there. But now Stassi is um Kylie's godmother. Like the friendship is real, and because it's real, everything isn't going to be perfect all the time. You know what I'm saying? But one thing about it is we'll always have each other's back, and when it comes down to it, those are always going to be my girls. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it doesn't happen like that on all the shows, especially all the black girls getting along. That hardly ever happens. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And
Okay.
but also ironically, I really like Shelly from my season, and people are always shocked because they're like, "What?" But yes, and that's another thing with television. Like sometimes you won't like the person living in that environment, but when you hang out with them outside the show, they're cool as hell. Like
I
I had
believe
events
it.
in St. Louis where Shelly is from. Shelly came out to my event, supported me. Fun, fun, fun. But mind you, on the show, I got close to her towards the end of the season. You
Mm-hmm.
know, we weren't beefing anymore and stuff. So I do like Shelly. She did an interview and did said some wonderful things about me. You
She did.
know,
Did.
but the two people who I will probably obviously never talk to is Priscilla and Tasha, because they're
Yeah.
I just feel like they didn't have no redeeming qualities. Oh, and I like Angie. Me and Angie are still cool. A
Period.
lot of people kind of don't want anything to do with the show. Kind of go AWOL. Kind of just go private a little bit. It didn't work out for them, or they didn't like the way they looked on TV or the backlash they got and stuff. So it's interesting to some people want it like me. I knew what I was doing when I went on to television.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I made Bad Girls Love, I was like, this is it. I want this to be my career, my life. And then there's some people who just do it for a moment and experience, and then they go back into the real world and just blend in again. Unfortunately, I can't. But I don't even want to. But it all it affects people differently, obviously.
For sure. And I know you touched a little bit about, your parents passing away. Excuse me. And I can
Same, girl.
yeah,
Same.
yeah. Sorry,
Same.
I'm struggling right now. But I understand because I lost my mom 4 years ago.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so a lot of people don't understand what it's like to lose a parent because it's different from losing a grandma. It's different from losing a friend. It's different from losing, an uncle or an aunt. You know,
Yeah.
and so because how long has it been? It's been over
It
a
so
decade.
my dad crossed over 10 years ago on Christmas Day, this
Mm-hmm,
past Christmas.
mm-hmm.
And it will be 10 years for my mom on March 1st. I lost both of my parents like back to back. It was really crazy. I would go to one hospital and my dad was sick, and then I would go home and my mom was sick too. Like it was very fast
Mm-hmm.
and very out of nowhere. And my mom had lung cancer, so cancer is very
Fast
when
act.
you're at when you're at that certain stage, it's very very fast. I
Yeah.
had so much faith that I just knew, me, my dad crossing over, God was never gonna let my mom cross over after. Like I can't handle this. He loves me. Like God ain't gonna do this. But it that was in his. It was already written. So
Yeah.
it was a lot and it was tough. But I will say it really molded me to become a better version of myself. Like just I couldn't continue to just drink and be sick and depressed and sad. I had to get my shit together because I can't keep going to jail. My mom isn't there to bail me out anymore. My dad isn't there to bail me out. How your mother crossed over, and I don't like to say they died or we lost them because we didn't. They're still very much here. I'm spiritual. Look at my background.
Yeah, I see it,
They're
girl.
yeah, they're just in a different form, but they're very much still here, as well
Absolutely.
as your mother.
Mhm.
Like it just goes to show how what you were just saying. It's so different because nobody is gonna love you the way your parents love you. Like if you were blessed enough to have really good parents and parents that love you,
Mhm.
there's no other love than a mother and a daughter love, especially. You know what I'm saying? Like as I got older, my mother became my best friend, and I only could wish to see how we would be today. You know what I'm saying? Just
Yeah.
with how much I've grown and matured. Like we already had amazing times, like road trips and just everything. But man, now, and even my family says, and my cousins, they're like, man, if your mom saw you now, she'd be so proud. Like,
She would be.
but I know she sees me now. I just wish I could have the physical, have a margarita with my girl again, how we used to. But how did your mother cross over, if you don't ask, if mind me asking?
So my mom had an asthma attack.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I was 21 at the time.
Oh.
She passed away 2 months before I turned 22.
Oh
And
wow.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. A lot of people don't admit this, but I was very much so lost after my mom died. I just turned 21. I'm of legal age,
Yes.
and it's like, oh shit, like what the fuck do I do now?
Yeah.
My
Oh
mom
my god.
passed away.
An
I
asthma attack? I've never.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
yeah, like she was on her nebulizer and she was just getting worse. Like she was just like groaning and it was just really bad. And then mind you, she crossed over in front of me, so like she collapsed on the floor and she
Oh
was
my
going.
gosh.
Yeah.
Wow. See
So
that I'm so sorry. My prayers go out. And you were so young. You were 21. I thought I was young. I was 25. So we're your age now.
mhm,
21. I couldn't. I man, my condolences for real, especially in the manner. Like
yeah,
one thing I always talk about is like my mom seeing her slowly, you know, erode and cross over from cancer. It was
mhm,
very hard, but I'm thankful that I had those moments to talk to her until the end. And I saw her take her last breath. So I
mhm.
get it. And what you've been through, I commend you because that is, I couldn't even imagine. And for you to be so strong here and together and just sweet and just still, in school and doing what you have to do, it's really commendable because I always say if I lost my mom like unforeseen or my dad, because I knew they were crossing over. I had time, but in the manner that your mom, I don't think I would have ever been okay. Like I think I would be out here on some Charles Manson shit. Like I would be really dark.
Oh
So
my
to
gosh.
to see how you did not let that change who you are as a person, that
Mhm.
is very commendable, and I just know your mom is chilling right by you and just so proud of you, like a hundred
Oh, I feel
percent
the
that
same way.
that
The
speaks
same way.
volumes of your character, like really,
Really.
like seriously. So
See?
I could definitely relate in general with losing, well, your mother
Yeah.
crossing over at such a young age. Oh my gosh, yeah.
And especially because she's one of the reasons why I started the show.
Yeah.
And just because she always said, you just know how to talk to people.
Hmm.
Like, just the fact that I was able to get you on my show, it was like, okay, like, it's Judi Jai. Like,
Yeah. Well,
you know,
I'm big on, you as a Pisces, I'm especially, but I'm always big on supporting people. There's a lot of bad girls who wouldn't grace smaller content creators and stuff. But with me, I feel like it matters and I'm always gonna support those that support me. So that is just without a doubt, I was
yeah,
coming. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I was like, let me hurry up and do this because I don't want her to think that I'm just bullshitting and stuff because I'm definitely not. But you as a Pisces,
yeah,
anxiety, whoo, child, like just anything. But you are so easy to talk to, and I feel so at ease, and I feel like I've known you for years right now.
oh,
So yeah, I feel like I've known you for years. You
y'all, my
can't get
favorite
rid of
bad
me
girl
now,
is
girl.
saying
Now
this
we're
to
friends.
me.
We're locked in. I have your number, girl. But I owe you lunch or something for sure because I'm so happy you knew what you were doing with StreamYard too because thank God, I wanted to just get this out, but we definitely got to do lunch or something too and do like a little, take some pictures or something.
A little something, something, y'all.
Yes. In
Said,
March, are you a March or February Pisces?
I'm February.
Okay. Okay. So
Yeah.
we'll do something for Pisces season
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
Y'all, she say this to me?
Yeah. We're going to do something for Pisces season. I'm a foodie, so we got to go eat at some good ass restaurants.
Girl, I'm a foodie too. But
Yes. Yes.
I
Yes.
do
I
want to
love you
know.
though. Thank you for having me.
Of course, like I literally enjoy you, even outside of TV when you did your show. I said, "Dang, like, I'm waiting for her. I'm ready for her to be on my show. She probably gonna like me more than Sarah." Sorry, Sarah.
You, I, okay, and also I know this is live. I hope. Oh my god, I hope it doesn't start no drama. But listen, I do love Sarah,
Mhm.
and I just feel like every real friendship has a hiccup. Like I just talked
Yeah,
about Stassi and Tiara. Things have
mhm.
not always been a smooth sail. We there are choppy and bumpy waters. But if the
Agreed.
friendship is real and genuine, and that's one thing about me and Sarah, we will tell each other how we feel and what we think and how you're making me feel and stuff like that. A
Absolutely.
real friendship should be able to have those combos and move accordingly. You know what I'm saying? But that's up to the person if they want to respect what the other person is feeling and what they're saying. And if they don't, then I mean that's just, what it is, because I'm never coming from a bad place or malice, and
Yeah.
it's unfortunate, some of the things that were said or some of the things that were accused or assumed that is just completely just delusional and just I can't believe it. You know what I'm saying? And that just lets you know that okay, this person is going through something for them to even their mind to even think that about somebody who's been nothing but nice and a loyal and a good friend to them and a good person. Like my character is a good person. She talks about my character on the show. I'm a child of God. I mended friendships with her and Tanisha and Julie. Like there's so many. It's all on the podcast. So just the things that it just didn't have to escalate, and I feel like we respect each other enough to not like take it to the internet and
Yeah.
blow it into something that is not. It's just seriously just right now a misunderstanding and not our best season of friendship. But I'm sure we'll be fine.
Of
Hopefully.
course. Of course. So with Baddies ATL, I'll be watching everything, girl. I love reality TV. Okay. My best friend, she hates that shit. She does not fuck with it. But I would literally sit at home and watch. I said, "Oh my god! Like, why did everyone else get their own room, but Sarah got but not Sarah, but Judi got to share a room with Sydney?"
That's okay. So there's two. It's so like obvious now, and I think it's always been. But after Baddies, they tell a lot of people were tweeting me like, "Is Natalie jealous of Judi?" And I'm like, "How do you like?" She tries to little bow wow me, and I feel like it's her way of trying to have power over me because she knows that I'm that bitch. She knows that I'm one of
Okay.
them ones, and she doesn't want me to like either know that. I mean, well, you know what? I will say, shout out to her, and I will always give her the compliments she deserves for even speaking highly of me in her magazine interview. She did give me my flowers. She said I'm definitely, iconic and all of that. So thank you for that. But she knows that, but I still think that she wants to still have a little bit of like control
Yeah.
over the situation when it comes to me. And also she did that so me and Sydney could beef. So I could have like a storyline. And that's one thing, one of the reasons I was kind of disappointed in Sarah because she knew that Natalie was setting me up to get in all this bullshit with Sydney on the show. And I
Mm-hmm.
just feel like Sarah kind of should have gave me a heads up. You know what I'm saying? Because if the tables were turned and reversed, I would have told
But give her
her.
a heads up.
Absolutely, I would have told her. And I feel like she wasn't really there for me on Baddies ATO until she realized them bitches didn't fuck with her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then she kind of, towards the end started trying to be there a little more for me and stuff. But I mean, from Baddies ATL, the one girl who always stood up for me was like Seven and Janelle. They were, when City was trying to lie on me and stuff, like Seven was like, even at the reunion,
Mm-hmm.
Sarah didn't go to the reunion, but at the reunion when like Natalie got hyphy with me, but didn't do none of that shit with anybody else, Seven kind of stood up and was like, "Why would you do that to her? She don't
Yeah.
even be on that type of time." So
Right.
shout out to Seven for being just a real one,
Seven's
like
always been a real beach. Seven's always
thoroughly
been a real one.
I love her. I do. I like Seven a lot. But yeah, so Baddies ATL, it was definitely designed for me and Sydney to get into it. And I understand for TV purposes, I've done enough shows to understand what it takes to make a good reality show. But my thing was after filming, I should have still been able to have my own space to rejuvenate, get my shit together, have a peace of mind like the other girls got, but I
Correct.
didn't. So after a while, after like 4 days of asking, and I realized like, okay, this is just it's not good for me and my brand and where I want to go and who I've grown as a person is taking me back to stuff that I've outgrown and just, things that I've already did. I'm an icon in this shit. Why I'm not gonna redo it or keep doing it. Like Sydney was trying to relive this imaginary moment that she's never had. You know what I'm saying? We've all did this years
Oh,
ago. She's trying to like recreate Bad Girls Club. Like this is not Bad Girls Club. So after a while, I was just like, it's in my best interest to leave the show. You know what I'm saying? I live here in Atlanta. This isn't me in New Orleans. I'm not in LA. It's not like I can't go home. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Like I have friends here. They're gonna come and get me, or I can Uber. But I'm not gonna stay here and just be disrespected. Like just
Yeah.
nonstop. So I left, and At first, a lot of people were like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you never walked off of a show. Please." I got begged to come back by Lemmy. I I was just like, no, like at some point you respect yourself enough to walk away when something's just not worth it. You know what I mean?
I agree.
And that wasn't worth it. And I'm happy I left because Baddies ATL was trash, like garbage. Nobody liked it. It was terrible. Like it was like a season of B-roll. And it's so funny because all the girls were like fighting over it. Like, I'm the executive producer. No, I'm the executive producer. And I'm like, y'all could all be the executive because this shit sucks. I wouldn't even want to be a producer with this shit, like of this shit, because this shit was
It was a mess.
trash. It
It
was
was a mess.
terrible. It was
It was
terrible.
the fact that Tanisha wasn't even in the house with y'all.
Nope,
So
Tanisha had a bungalow. I said that. I said Tanisha got a bungalow. She got to come whenever she wanted. I mean, but shout out Tanisha because I love her. Shout out to Tanisha. I love her. Ever since I met her on Love Games 3 when she was the host, I've
Brooklyn
always
stand
had like,
up.
yeah, shout out to
Yep.
Tanisha.
Shout
She
out to
always
Tanisha.
has my best interest at heart. She was
Hmm.
one of the only girls on Baddies ATL that kept speaking up for me, saying Judi needs her own room.
Yes, she
Her
did.
parents crossed over. Give that girl her own room. She's the only child. Like give her her own room. Y'all, she was the only one. And Natalie was said some rude ass shit. But I mean, God, the devil is a trickster. All that shit is gonna come back to her. It comes back all the time. But I mean, that when it does come for real, that shit gonna be a bad day. But yeah,
Cold day in hell.
yes, a very cold day in hell. But shout out to Tanisha. Like I said, she's been nothing but nice. Always had my back.
Hmm.
Always defended me even against Sydney at the reunion. She kept rebuttaling Sydney's lies,
Yeah.
defending me. And Tanisha mentioned me to come on the House of Villains. So she, and they asked her like, who do you think would be great? She said me and Camilla. And Camilla got season 2. So shout out to Camilla. Fingers crossed that I get season 3. They reached out to me for season 2.
Oh,
So I'm on the call sheet. I'm on the radar. I'm just hoping that, season 3 is mine. 100%.
oh no, it is yours.
It is mine. I
Yeah.
Cause they know I'm ready to bring the voodoo for these bitches. Like they
Okay.
know.
Like
But
you
no,
still got the
Tanisha
voodoo
always
doll.
speaks highly of me. So shout out to Tanisha, 100%.
100%. Do you still have the voodoo doll?
I do, and I sell her. I sell duplicates.
Oh my
I used
god.
to like years ago, and the fans have been asking for them, like bring them back, bring them back. So finally, this past July, I brought them back, and they are so cute. Like you could get a mini size, you can get a big size, you could custom make her however you want. Graduation, prom, like just anything that's going on in your life, you could make her your twin. It's super cool. And shout out to my business partner, Mia Creations, because she really, I mean, she is so talented and she makes them all by hand. And her turnaround time is so fast. Like she is a goat. She is goated.
I know
So
that's
yeah.
right. So,
Yes.
what are some lessons that you learned from doing reality TV? Like, what are some things that you realize now that you wish you knew then?
Um um like personally or like actually working on reality TV or both.
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 Hmm.
Okay, so um one thing I could say, I don't really, how like a lot of times girls have beef with producers and they say like they told me to do that or they made me do that. I will say, no cap in my rap, that Oxygen and Bjorn Murray were nothing but nice to me. They never told me to do anything. A lot of people think they told me to throw the milk and cereal. They didn't. I did everything. I did that, and they never like put me in bad situations. They never told me to fight this person or else I'll go home or get kicked off. Like I never had that experience. But I will say, um, with signing a contract for reality TV, see, I'm one of the lucky ones. I don't really have anything negative to say.
Right.
But my advice for somebody else who is getting into reality television, I would say make sure you know what you're signing
Agree.
because it is an ironclad contract and it is really you giving your rights away. Like you have no say so in how you're going to be edited or how they're going to make you look or like if you think you're going to come back and sue them, it's not happening. Like this is a very big entity, and you need to know 100% what you're getting yourself into, and also negotiate better. Don't be so excited that you just sign anything because you're excited for the fame and to be on TV. Like just look, be more about your business.
Mhm.
See, I learned the business after becoming a reality TV star. But I mean, it comes, I didn't know. I never was a
Yeah.
reality TV star. But now that I know, moving forward on new projects and new shows, I make sure I always have my ducks in order. Things are negotiated, contracts are correct, and it makes sense. So that's one thing with the business and reality, I guess personal, like all of that kind of goes, together.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. And then, outside of reality TV, there was an episode where you and Sarah were talking about how you were in a relationship with a woman, but you haven't had sex in over a decade.
Yes. So, actually, I literally was just thinking about this yesterday because first day of 2025, I was like, wow, the last time I had sex with a man was like in 2013. So it's been about, so 2013, 20, it's been about how 12 years, right?
Years? Yeah,
About 12
almost
years.
12.
12 years, no sex with a man, and the last time I had sex with a woman was 2017. So
What?
I'm celibate. Like I really am. And to be honest, I was so wild and I've had so much fun. Like that I'm not really missing out on anything. And I just feel like where I'm at now, because I'm vibrating at such like a just a different wave. Like even like I'm conversing with this guy, nothing serious, but just entertaining him a little bit.
Okay.
I know I need some bills paid. It is what it is. No, but it is what it is. Hey, whatever. So,
Okay.
but anyway, um, and he said like I like my girls thick. Did you get thicker? And I just think that's so stupid. Like I can't even like pretend to like like how like I can't even like engage in stupid shit. Like I just think that's so stupid. Like
Right.
I'm like just at such a different, I just can't even think about sex. I'm not interested. Like it's just I don't know. But when I am interested again, I'm gonna know, and I'm gonna know that I want that person to potentially be my husband.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm kind of even at a place where I don't even know if I really want to get married or have kids. Like I used to, I would think so. I have like my daughter's name picked out and everything. I don't know though. I mean, my mom didn't know she was gonna have me. She wanted me, but she didn't know, and she had me at like 38. So I
Mm.
still have time. People try to rush women and our clocks and stuff. But I mean, Kenya Moore just had a baby in her late 40s. You never know. Like we don't. It's okay. Like we're not in a rush. I just wanted to make sense. And I wanted to make sure that it's something that I really want because people are crazy. I watch a lot of true crime. Usually it's always the spouse that kills you. I'm just like, am I even um like hinged enough to live with a man for the rest of my life, like sleeping with this man in my bed? Like am I gonna trust this man? I'm gonna be tweaking, like, you know what I'm saying? And then I like to sleep casket sharp, like lights off, ice cold, dark, quiet, silent, 6 feet under type shit. He might like the TV on, he might snort, like I don't know. And like me living by myself as long as I have and have grown up as only child, I don't even know if I'm interested. I
Mm.
just don't know. It's crazy. I don't know. I don't know if I'm interested. But I do know when I have sex next time, it has to make sense, and that's going to be a very special somebody. It's not going to be how I used to just hook up and get drunk and be wilding and just do all of that. It's gonna have to make sense. And I have a lot of men that are interested in me. I'm talking about blue checks, rappers, ballers, all in the DM. And I swear, girl, I am just not interested. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I would love to, like converse with them and entertain them like I'm doing with this one dude who isn't going to be long at all. But, but it's just like, damn, I can't even play the game right because it's so low vibrational. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I wish I had the mentality to like just be able to like now mind you, men spend money on me. It ain't that. Like, I mean, men take me out, men spend money on me. It's never, but that's the thing. I've never had to have sex or fuck or do anything to have men treat me nicely. You know, like men are nice to me. You know,
Right.
men buy my food, men give me shit. You know, men buy gifts. I've never had to do anything, but that's my thing with like industry men and like men that are rich as hell, like millionaires and billionaires. They're gonna want something. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And I just feel like I don't have the time or energy to even just extend my energy or just deal with that type of shit just for money. Do you know what I mean? And I wish I did.
Yeah.
Like, I wish I did. I wish, because I would love to just get knocked up by one of these millionaire, billionaire football players and stuff. But it's, yes, you have the money secured and the bag secured, but now you have a baby for the next 18 years. You know,
Mhm.
it's like a lot to deal with. You got to really like go in this and know like you're ready for this. Like,
Yeah.
and I just don't think, I just wish I was, but I'm just not. Like, but I would love to,
Mhm.
have sex with one of these ballers and have my bills paid and have the bag secured. But girl, it's a lot.
It's like, do I want to do that? I don't know.
And then just being a baby mama and being embarrassed and being treated wrong. And then if you do really like the dude, now you got to fight with all of his other hoes because you know he got them,
Yeah.
because a millionaire got a million of them. And
Yeah.
it's just like, am I even hinged enough? Because if I do this, I'm crazy. So now it's just nuts. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, it's a lot to, you got to really think about all that stuff. But what's for somebody else is for them. Maybe not, that's not for me, because I know a lot of girls that be on some player shit and secure the niggas and lock them down and don't give a fuck, and can deal with that. I wish I was like that.
Yeah. So when you were in a relationship with this said girl, you tried eating pussy and it was not for you.
No, ma'am. it ain't. It
Hey,
ain't.
cat ain't for everybody, y'all. Cat
It's
ain't for
not for me. But the good thing is, and I think I talked about this on the podcast with her, what made her happy was even just eating me out. So it was cool. Like, it worked for a while, but eventually, of course, she wants, something. And then
like,
that's
what
when I'm
about
just like,
me?
no, like,
Yeah.
no.
It's like, oh, I gotta eat that.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, I've done it a few times, but it's just not for me. It's just not. It's just not. Yeah, I would consider myself bisexual because obviously I was in a long relationship with this woman. I was with her for like 4 years.
Right.
Um, but when it comes down to it, I much rather men. I'm definitely more interested in giving and receiving with a man
Yeah.
than a woman.
It's
But I
like,
like them. I think they're pretty.
yeah,
But
I can tell you bitches that you're beautiful.
oh,
I'm
thank you
not eating
so
your pussy.
much. Thank you. You're
Like,
beautiful too. But yeah, I definitely think, yeah, men. I mean, I'm more. I if I ever do, well, who knows? You never know. You never know. Because I would have never thought I would have dated for a woman for 4 years. I was
yeah,
about to say, when it comes down to it, I think that I will marry a man. But you really never know. You never know. You never know anything.
shit, you might be the rich auntie girl.
That's what I said. I might just, because that is what makes me happy, traveling the world and meeting new people, and experiencing new things. I don't know if I'm ever gonna be the type to really just stay in one place and like raise a family and be a wife. Like, I don't think that's for me. It ain't for everybody.
It
It ain't
sure
for
ain't.
everybody. It ain't for everybody. And I love my dog. Shout out to Gumbo. That's my baby. So I'm a mom in another way.
To a
So
fur baby, y'all. To a fur baby.
yes, he is my little baby. He is so cute. I love him.
I believe it. So what's next for you? Like, are you releasing more music? Are you coming out with more press on nails? What's going on?
Yes. So actually, so you know what? That's so ironic that you said that, because I actually I've teamed with somebody who does do press on nails, and we did like some fan nails for a giveaway. But
Mm-hmm.
that's genius, because I've been thinking about actually venturing into doing my own press on nails, because I'm known for nails. I'm always posting my nails. So that the way you just spiritually spoke about that, that could possibly be something. Definitely release some more music. I plan on releasing another EP.
Mhm.
I have the name and the songs and everything, but not ready to release it yet.
Okay.
But definitely, and like I said, I definitely have some projects on the table that
Mhm.
I am gearing up for, and just fingers crossed for. More movies. You know, I'm in two movies right now on Tubi. The Stacey Stacks story and Ravens Cravens. The Stacey Stacks part two is supposed to drop sometime this year, early. So within the next few months, hopefully, because we filmed that back in 2023. So more movie roles, just everything. Just I'm open to like so many of the possibilities. I really want to do more voiceover classes. I took some with my cousins a couple years ago. I want to get into like being a cartoon voice. Like,
Okay.
oh, and it's so crazy because I just signed a contract today. Like I said, I've always wanted to be a voiceover like in a cartoon. Like I've always wanted to do Disney. Let me tell you how, just short story how crazy this is. As the Spices, we can get whatever the hell we want. I'm telling
Oh.
you, like I don't even want to trip about shit no more because I know I'm gonna get it. I've always gotten everything I've ever wanted. I've wanted to be on Disney my whole life. I've loved Disney, and I'm like, it's never gonna happen though because I'm on Bad Girls Club. You
Mhm.
know how Disney is. They're very strict. Like they they're not just hiring anybody to be the Little Mermaid. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at how background, she's squeaky clean, good, she ain't throwing milk and cereal on bitches. Let me just say that. She ain't, she's so Disney is very strict. I was like, dude, I'm never gonna be. They just put my season of Bad Girls Club on Disney Plus.
They did.
So even though it's not the traditional way or what I thought it would be, I'm on Disney. And that's what I wanted, and then I want to be a voiceover for a cartoon. I literally just signed a contract today. I have my own character in an upcoming comic book
Okay.
for like a New Orleans based comic book. Literally just signed the contract. So I'm really excited about that. I think my fans are going to love that, to see me in cartoon form, like in a comic book. And it's just literally everything that I've wanted and been manifesting, like materializing. Like I just really want to keep working, do way more stuff in Hollywood, and just literally everything. Like literally skies are the limit. Like anything in the industry, the television industry, the entertainment industry, I want my hands on it. Like all of
Okay.
it.
I
All of
believe
it.
it. I
Yes.
believe it. It's gonna come, girl. It's coming for you.
I pray to God. Pray.
We
Pray. I
receive
feel
it.
like I'm a good person and I deserve it. But you got to remember that the devil blesses people too.
Oh yeah.
Because sometimes I be looking like, damn, like, that person is such a bad person. Like, how? And you just got to remember that, like, none of this stuff even exists, to be honest. And our real life, like, this is a dream. Do you know that? Like, that song, like, life is but a dream. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Man, I mean, it's true. Like, everybody, this is a dream. You know what I mean? And when we cross over, we're not even going to remember it, probably. Like, it's all a lucid dream. So you just got to just do what you want to do in this lifetime to make you happy, and do what you want to do to accomplish, and just pray that this is just a stepping stone for um the real gifts that you'll be receiving, which is heaven. You know what I mean? Like a better place than this hell on earth. So that goes into what I was saying. Like the devil blesses people too. So if you ever see like, oh, good things happen to bad people, it does happen. But you gotta understand that the devil is a trickster. He blesses
Oh yeah.
people too. Stay vigilant. Stay
Plays
vigilant.
tricks. He be playing
Yes.
tricks, y'all. But what
Hmm.
do you do outside of like, the show and the nails and the voodoo, the
The voodoo.
the voodoo doll and all that? Like, what you be doing? Because you're a regular person just like I am. So it's like,
Yes.
what do
So
you?
I like I said, I travel a lot. I love to travel. Like I do, and also like hosting events in different cities and stuff. You always see me post up flyers like, oh, come party with me. But outside of like traveling and my other hobbies and hosting events and stuff, I love being at home. Like, and I'm very much an extrovert, but when I come home, I'm home. Like, that is, a lot of people when they come to my house, they're so surprised at like how peaceful it is and just how pristine it is. So many people, actually, I rented out my guest bedroom a couple times on Airbnb, right? But I stopped doing that because 2020 came and then people are just weird. Like, it's scary. I live alone, me and my dog. You never know. People are sick.
Yeah, people are
Um,
weird.
but yeah, people have left comments like on my Airbnb talking about how the energy in my house is just amazing. Like as soon as you walk in the door, you feel it. Like I have like tons of crystals, sage. I'm super spiritual, obviously, but I'm very peaceful, very peaceful. Like people, I have so much like bottles of alcohol, like Bel Air in them. They send me a lot of stuff. I don't drink any of it. If this was me 10 years ago, all those bottles would be gone. All the edibles in my cabinet would have been eaten. All the weed would have been smoked. Everything is literally just sitting here because when I'm at home, I literally am just in such a deep peace. Like, I'm talking about ginger tea, like drinking nothing but water and tea. People would not believe me. They probably think I'm lit 24/7, but I'm not. Like, I'm
Right.
literally at home reading devotional journals, reading. I love reading books. Um, I love baths too. I could spend hours in baths, like over like 12 hours in a bath. I'm a fish for real because we're Pisces. I literally just be taking spiritual baths like Epsom salt, herbs, essential oils, like money oils and stuff, doing real rituals. I
Mhm.
be over here just just vibrating.
That's honest. That's honest. So
You,
do you feel like you've done everything that you said you would do, or you're like, no, I'm just coming for more?
I'm coming for more. I think that I have done a lot. Like when I look back, even in college, because I went, like I said, I went to Columbia College Chicago for broadcast journalism. I always knew I was going to be in the entertainment industry. I didn't know what I was going to do,
Hmm.
but I even as a little girl, ballet, tap, jazz, like piano, like my mom always had me on a stage. I was always performing, always on home videos. I knew I wanted to be in the entertainment industry or entertain people in general. And when I look back, I'm just shook at just how many things did happen,
Hmm.
and I just know that if I was able to do all that stuff and make that happen, there's so much more that's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
literally sky's the limit. Like there's no stopping at all. You know what I mean? Like and
Yeah.
there's no time limit on it either. Like I feel like I want to do so much more. Like I've hosted reunions, I'm in movies, all of this stuff, and I'm so thankful and grateful. But I just know there's so much more waiting for me, and I just can't wait to truly tap in to 100% my full potential. You know what I mean? And but if you look at like really successful people like Oprah didn't become successful until like what her late 40s or something. Like Taraji P Henson will say she didn't feel like she made it until her role on Empire, until she was Cookie. And it's crazy because we love Taraji P from Yvette, from Baby Boy, from
Hmm.
Benjamin Button. I mean, she was phenomenal, but she feels she didn't make it until she was Cookie on Empire. So there's no level, there's no time limit. Like if you're still alive and breathing, I feel like your work on earth isn't done yet. You know what I mean? Like it's you still have something to do. Your spiritual journey is not over. Your journey, you still have work to do, whatever that is. And I'm just really interested in seeing where my legacy will take me, like what my final mark will be,
Yeah.
including you, because I'm excited to see your channel blow up.
I'm gonna cry. Yeah, I'm gagged right now.
We
What?
have work to do.
Why it's like, seeing how people get brand deals. I know with time and hard work, the brand deals are gonna come. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? When I do the show, I do it because I genuinely love hearing people's stories about where they come from, how they got to where they are. Some of the people I've interviewed came from the trenches, the hood, the projects. I
Hmm.
did too. But a lot
Hmm.
of people wouldn't know that because they said, Tosh, you're well spoken, you're well put together, you're very educated. And
Hmm.
it said, I tell them, even though I come from the projects don't make me.
Right, exactly. It's not where you come from, it's where you're going. You got to know where you came from to know where you're going. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? I
Yeah.
mean, look at a lot of people who grew up very rich and spoiled and privileged with silver spoons in their mouth. They end up killing their whole family and ending up in jail. You know what I'm saying? Like, and look where they came from. Your story isn't about where you came from. Well, it is a lot of it, but it's really about where you're going. So I'm excited to see, where you go, and I'll definitely be in tune and tuned in and supporting everything. You just got to let me know. And, I'm excited for everything that's to come for not only you, for both of us, because I just know God has so much in store for
Absolutely.
both. 100%.
Absolutely. And Bel Air is good. I'll tell you that. Bel Air is what?
Well, when I see you, I definitely have some bottles for you. So
What?
you could have them. Absolutely. Yes. And yeah, the brand deals are going to come. Like they really are. And you never know. They'll come when you least expect them. All you need is like that one viral video, that one hit, to get eyes on you. And when that does come, run with it. Like just keep running with it. And it,
Yeah.
it will all work out. It's the internet is so easy now to obtain that type of stuff. Like you just gotta stay persistent and just keep at it. It's a lot of trial and error. Don't look
Mhm.
at views and be like, oh, that didn't, it didn't get as many views, so I'm just gonna stop. That's not how it works. You really gotta keep going. Anybody who has been successful has stayed persistent and consistent. 100%.
Absolutely. And the feedback that I get from people on the show is how authentic I am, how I always, show love and I always am compassionate with people because you really never know what someone's going through. And even just speaking to you and getting to
Hmm.
know you, like nobody knew I was doing this interview with you until I started promoting it the other day.
Yeah, I saw one of your friends. They were excited for you, and I liked her message because she tagged me in it. So that's super sweet, and that is true. Like I said, talking to you is very easy. It seems like I've known you for years, and it is true. You never know what somebody's going through. You never know how your smile or a nice thing you say to somebody, it could go a long way. Because really everybody's going through something, whether they're talking about it or not. It's
Yeah.
different devils, different levels, but everybody is fighting a battle, and a lot of times it's silent battles. So sometimes your kindness can really go a long, long way. And even if it's not reciprocated, or you smile at somebody and they don't smile back, don't let that bother you, because they're dealing with something. How somebody treats you is more about them and what they're going through and how they feel about themselves versus than you. You know what I'm saying? And you just got to remember that. And that's something I always remember. Like, yeah, this person is obviously going through something, and that's not a me problem. And you
Yeah.
just have to remember that.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the thing about it too is, I used to be real prude. I was a dickhead. Like I didn't care. Like okay, so when my mom passed away, I didn't care about nobody else's feelings but my own. I said, you
Well,
know what? I don't care. It has nothing to do with me. I'm just gonna sit here and wall up. But the girl who tagged you in the post is my girl best friend, and she said, Tosh, like you can't be mad at the world. Like we understand something very traumatic happened, but that doesn't mean you have to be angry with everybody because sometimes,
right.
like that was something that was out of your control.
Absolutely. I could definitely agree and relate to that, cuz like I said, I love how it didn't change you as a person.
Hmm.
And that's what people would say about me now, right? Like, wow, you're still so sweet. I can't believe you've been through all that. But going through that at the time, it was a very dark period. So I can relate to you. And that's ultimately why I turned to spirit. I've always been spiritual, but during that dark time, instead of drowning myself in alcohol and going to jail and being on TMZ for crazy stuff, I was like, something has to change. And that's really when I, turned to spirituality. And also about you talking about my ex-girlfriend, I spoke about that on the podcast too, how much she helped me during those times. Like she really was a
Yeah,
great person. Sometimes you never know who God puts in your life. Some people are, angels. You know what I'm saying? And he
yeah.
knows exactly what you need at the right time. So
Mhm.
I already can imagine how you dealt with it and what you were going through, because I did too. It was very dark. To this day, people would probably say some stuff about me, like how I treated them and how I was mean to them. It would be a completely different story than somebody meeting me today, or somebody meeting me before that happened, but during that storm, it was a storm for
Oh,
sure.
oh,
Yeah,
it
I
was a loud
understand
storm at that.
100%.
It was a loud storm at that.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I know with the music stuff. So, do you go to a studio or do you like record at home since you've been doing music for a little bit?
So I do both. I There's a lot of music that I went to studios like in Chicago and here in Atlanta.
Hmm.
Um, Even in DC, I went to a studio out there and recorded music, but a lot of music I also record at home. Like I have my own little setup. Eventually I want to rent my house where I live at now because I bought it, I own it. I don't think I'm ever gonna sell it, but eventually I do want to rent it out and move to like the northern Pacific. I'm thinking like Seattle or Portland. And in my next house, which will be my dream house, I definitely want to build a studio, have an at home studio. Just because sometimes I just have the urge to like record music and be in the mood and stuff. And I don't always want to have to depend to go to the studio. But I will say, going to the studio, your music does sound way better versus than doing it at home how I'm doing it now, unless you have literally an at home studio.
Yeah,
So, but I mean, it's really the grind and it's really the passion. And that you just got to stay consistent with anything. Like sometimes there's not a studio open, but I'm like, yo, I have these ideas, I got to get it out now. So you got to
hmm,
do what you got to do, and throw it up. There's no excuses. No excuses. If you listen to Gucci Mane's like underground raps, like his mixtapes,
hmm.
they don't sound as good as it does now. But that's because Gucci was grinding. And those are some of my favorite songs from him. You know what I'm saying? You never know. So you just got to stay active. And yeah, at home is sometimes a lot of times where I record 100%.
I believe it because I know a lot of people who are musicians. They prefer to record at home. One
Uh
because
huh.
it saves the money.
Uh huh.
Um, a lot of the rappers that I know that are grinding and upcoming, they like to use this app called BandLab.
That's exactly what I use.
Yeah.
I use BandLab. I literally go in my closet. I have styrofoam things on the walls,
Okay.
and I just record because I write all my own stuff. So, and shout out to my homeboy Gino. He does like a lot of my producing side now. Like recently, a lot of the producing, and he's super talented. And even when he's came down here from the DMV, he had an at-home studio equipment, and we set it up right here and recorded. So
Right.
and just played with music and just it's working from home. The studio is a vibe though. You know what I'm saying? The studio is definitely a vibe, and I've been blessed enough to not have to pay for studio time. Thank God. A lot of people they're like, come on, come on, but studio time is expensive, and at home is just the way to go, especially on something like BandLab. If you have it, why wouldn't you use it? You know what I'm saying? It sounds amazing,
Mhm.
especially if once you record it, you get it to the right person like Gino, a producer or engineer who can do their stuff from where they're at, and you don't even have to leave your house. Record your vocals, send it to them a cappella, and they'll make it sound just as if you were in a studio. And that's exactly how I do a lot of my music if I don't do it at the actual studio. Yep.
Right. I agree. Do you have you collaborated or done features with anybody that we know of? Like spill the tea. We need it now.
Yes, so I've done a lot of features with people. They're all independent artists, not necessarily really big yet,
Hmm.
but I do have some in the works, in the talks with some people. Like shout out to Queen Key. We've talked a little bit about doing a song, and also shout out to Mercy Beats. He is the guy who made Future's Dirty Sprite beat or
Hmm.
something. He works a lot with Future and a lot of big artists. He's a beat maker. He's one of the best beat makers here in Atlanta. And my homeboy John, actually from Love Games, he works for Hot 107.9 and like 94.5. The streets, you know what I'm talking about, like the
Yeah.
major radio stations.
Yeah.
And that's one of his really good homeboys. And he's been wanting me to come in the studio with him for over a year now. So I'm gonna really lock in and do this shit because even with that connect, there's no telling who he might be working in the studio with that day. And I just pop up because a lot of that happens with people. Like a lot of people who have features and stuff, it wasn't planned. They're like, yeah, they just stopped by the studio, and I was like, hey, come hop on this. So
Yeah.
I really do need to go ahead and just pull up because the invitation be there. But I, me, I mean, like I'm coming, and then I don't come, but I need to just go. You know what I mean? So I look forward to more features in the future from big names. Because I'm friends with them. They follow me. They're fans. Like I'm a fan of them. Like there's no reason why it shouldn't happen. You know, yeah. But
Like, I just gotta go.
yeah, but a lot of times it's their labels, and even they're not even able to put out the music that they want. You know what I mean? Like that's why I'm happy to be an independent artist because, for instance, I can just go in my closet and record right now and release it if I want to. Whereas with the label, um, I know so many people who are sitting on great music and great songs that they can't release them because their label won't let them for whatever reason. And
Mhm.
that must suck to be an artist and to be a creative and to make a song that you love so much and you can't even put it out. Like so it's like a double-edged sword, and a lot of it is because of their labels and just the control their labels have over them,
Right.
unfortunately. So independent is really the way to go. And one person who has made it work is Russ. I don't know if you listen to Russ, the rapper Russ.
Unfamiliar.
Yeah. He had that song with Bia. I love the way you work. I
Yeah.
love the way that dude. He's an independent artist and he's became like a multi-millionaire off of recording at home. With no handouts, no label. He's not industry, and he gets all of his money. You know what I'm saying? These
Yeah.
people who are signed to labels, they look rich, but they're not rich because the labels are actually getting all the money. So it's the more that I know about the music industry, the more I'm like, okay, I'm good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's a lot.
And the thing with the music business, from what the events I've been to, the people I've seen, it's these young kids that are taking over.
Yeah,
Like Baby Kia, Lil Tyler, Lil Tony, all these little rappers. Anything
yeah,
with Lil in it, they're taking over. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all that.
yeah. Generation Z is scary as hell to me, though. Isn't it Gen Z? Is Gen Z not Gen? No, it's Gen Z. Yeah, they are so scary to me. Like,
I
and
just,
it's funny because I'm crazy and wild, and I've done like a lot of crazy shit. But I feel like, and I'm sure like our parents said that. Obviously, they did. Our elders said that about our generation. Like, y'all are crazy. Back in my day, we did. But I just feel like with them, they're literally growing up on the internet, so they're just a little more like they don't really they're what is it like desensal, what is that word when you're not empathetic, you're desensitized. That's the word I'm looking for.
okay.
Like for instance, like they've grown up seeing people get like they saw Takeoff get shot in the head, and there people are filming. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
Yeah,
just like they grow up seeing these Instagram models, these BBLs, these fake baby hairs, like these just they're growing up on the internet. Do you know what I mean? Like they don't
yeah,
even go outside, they don't get no fresh air, they're not riding their bikes. They're literally on the internet or playing games on the phone. And I just feel like it made them more robotic in a way. Like they have no empathy, they don't really care. So
yeah,
it makes them more dangerous. Do you
yeah.
know what I mean? Like, because they don't really have much human interaction. They didn't grow up like scraping their knees or like going to the park and stuff. They're literally growing up like on the shade room, in the shade room comments. Do you
Yeah,
know what I mean? So it just
yeah,
makes them so like robotic in a way that it's kind of scary because they don't care. A lot of them are already like hooked on drugs, not even 21 yet,
yeah,
like dying from drugs, not even 21 yet. Like I just feel like they're just it's a very depressed generation, if you get
yeah,
what I mean. Like it's very dark.
yeah,
Like they're growing up listening to Juice World and like XXX16 and stuff. Like all of them. It's just very dark. Not saying because I'm listening to Gucci Mane and hearing him pop beans and pills and sweating his shirt off and Burr and So Icy and OJ the Juice Man. Like it's all crazy. But I just feel like their music is a little more depressed.
yeah,
It's very emo. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like super emo. And like I grew up listening to rock and stuff. I have no, I have no boundaries. I grew up to Eminem, listening to him kill his baby mama and put her in the trunk. I loved Eminem. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like now it's so much more dark. It's
it
dark,
is.
dark as hell. Like just depressed. Like it's kind of like a trance. Like the music is telling these kids to do drugs and kill themselves. Literally.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah. I'm an R&B girl. I listen to my Summer Walker, my SZA, my Brett Fayez, all them. I want,
Yes.
baby. I
Yeah, like it's
want
if you the more you know about music and vibrations and beats and stuff, it is a trance. Like it is a spell. Like it is.
yeah.
And that's why you have to be very careful to what you listen to because it is the devil's playground. You know, the devil, he was known to be the best flute player ever. You know what I'm saying? He's beautiful. And
Mhm.
that's it. A lot of it is smoke and mirrors, but I also love SZA and Summer Walker. I think SZA is beautiful. She's so spiritual. I totally get her. I totally get Summer Walker. She's a little witch too. I feel like you're very spiritual too. I'm getting sorcery vibes a little bit.
Oh my
Are you
god.
into magic and like manifesting and stuff?
Well, magic no, but manifestation yes.
Yeah, okay, okay, I get that. Yeah, because SZA and Summer Walker, they're very big on their oracles. Like they're big into like Ifa and
Yeah.
like goddesses and stuff like that. And you could just tell like all throughout their music like what they're worshiping and stuff like that. It's not the devil. A lot of people go, oh, they're witches. They're witches, but it's not bad. They're working with light. You know what I mean? They're working with light energy. So
Mhm.
I love their music. Absolutely. Yeah.
Me too. I'll pop on some genuine every now and then. Not pony, y'all. Not pony.
Yeah. No throwback. Oh my God. There's nothing like the 90s R&B music or even the 80s, the late 80s R&B music, the 2000s music. It's just I mean music is really trash now. It really is. Like to be honest, if I'm going to keep it real. This is garbage. Like it's lit for a moment, like turn up, but it has no like replay value for real.
For
Besides Glorilla, shout out to Glorilla. I think that she's eating it. I think she's taking it. Glorilla,
yes, Glorilla's been eating. Like she's been having hits back to back.
I think she's
It's
taking
like,
it.
girl, you better give me a heart attack because you're eating so much.
Yeah, I like Glorilla. I saw her perform too in Chicago a couple weeks ago at Big Jam, WGCI, and she did really good. She's a cutie pie. And I like her sound. I think that she's super talented. But there's a lot of, people who are talented who deserve way more. Oh, I love Doja Cat. I think she's phenomenal. She's talented as fuck. Like Doja is just everything.
Mhm.
And I think Doechii is super talented. She could really rap for real.
Mhm.
There's some girls that are just not good. Just not. Just not good. But I mean, it is what you can't, if they love to do music, who am I to tell them, you guys suck? So that's rude, So
Yeah,
somebody likes them, somebody's listening. You know what I mean? Like, do
I
what you love to do, period.
yeah. And if music is your speed boo, do it. I may
Yes,
not listen to it, but somebody else will.
yes, 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 exactly.
And I think with Doja Cat, a lot of people say like she's not okay in the head. Me personally, I don't judge. Like if that's your speed, if you want to go to the dark side, that's okay.
I
You know,
think I think that she knows what she's doing. As like a lot of entertainers, I feel like she knows what causes shock value
yeah,
and it gets people to talk and for people's eyes to stay on her. Um is she a little weird? Yes, but I feel like anybody in the entertainment industry is a little weird. Like everybody is a little off their rocker, have a couple marbles missing, but do I think she just 100% worships the devil? No, I don't think that. I think that she's an artist and she's
yeah.
creative.
Oh, for
You
sure.
can tell the ones who really do worship the devil into that. Like they're dark, for sure.
Yeah, she has this one song with Sweetie and French Montana called Handstand. Not gonna lie, I love playing that, especially when I'm about to go to the club with the girls.
Yes, I'm gonna listen to that because I've never even heard it. But ironically, I probably, low key probably have, but just didn't know that's what it was called. But I'm gonna look it up for sure.
Oh yeah, but I don't pop my pussy and do the handstand. I can't do a handstand to save my life.
I used to take gymnastics. I need to work out more. That's one of my goals for this year, to start working out way more. Way more.
But I just love food so much.
I know, but one thing, you're 25 now. That is when my metabolism started slowing down. So
Mm.
you start now, so you're not like, oh my God, let me start now 10 years later. Like stay active. Just as much as you eat, just walk. Walking is such an easy, simple way to burn calories. Walking is so underrated. Just walk. Just walk.
I could walk to the corner store and back, and I got my walks in for the day.
Exactly. Just walk. Just keep walking. Like my dog, that's one thing I do all the time now. I make sure to walk a couple blocks with him every day. It makes him happy and it's healthy for me. So,
Hmm. I
yes.
agree. I forgot to ask. So for the music, I think Stassi did music at one point, didn't she?
Yes, I don't think Stassi was really 100% serious about it. I think that she dropped like one song, and did a music video, but she didn't really stick with it.
Mm.
Like she didn't drop much after that. She should have though, because that that was a lot of eyes. Were I mean it they dropped it at the reunion. I think she should have stayed consistent. That's the thing though with anything. You just have to literally stay consistent. But where Stassi is now, I think she looks back and probably is like, oh my God, like look how much I've grown since then, because she's in a different mind right now. Like she's actually on her spiritual journey right now. So a lot of things she doesn't relate to anymore. But I thought that it was super cute, and I think she should have stayed, active. Angie did music too, though. She dropped a music video. It was called Baby. And a lot of people laugh at it and talk about it, but she looked really good.
I
Angie's a bad bitch. She looked good as hell. So
Yeah, I always thought Angel was so fun. I said, "Oh my god, Angie is so cute!" Like,
yeah, Angie is very pretty, and she still is. She lost like a lot of weight. She looks different too. We all look different, but Angie is still a very pretty girl. I've always loved Angie. Yeah.
period. And I think I was literally watching the Baddies ACL reunion literally like a couple hours ago, and it was one. I love Jason Lee. I think he's an icon. I definitely watch his videos for like podcasting tips because I'm still growing as a podcaster every day because
Right.
I know like, ooh, like what are some things I could add to the show. So I remember there was this you drank out of his cup, girl, and she was like, I was thirsty. It looked like it needed to be drunk.
That's what I said. I'm crazy. I
I was
mean,
like,
but yeah, I because we were sitting there, like y'all just see like a couple hours of this stuff, but we be there all day, like and all night, just filming. And it really is a job. Like people in reality TV know reality TV is a job. And at the time I couldn't get up and go get a refill for my cup. So his was just sitting there and I was like,
okay,
he don't want that. He don't want that. No, but
it
he was
needed to
mad
be
as hell.
drunk.
But I ended up doing the gagging with Jason Lee, his podcast.
Mm-hmm.
After this, you should go, and everybody, if you haven't watched it, just type in Jason Lee and Judi Jai and it will pop up. And he interviewed me because a lot of people were mad at how he treated me at the reunion, and they like dragged him for filth. But
Yeah,
but they don't understand that at the end of the reunion we hugged because Jason Lee also, his mother crossed over as well. So we
yeah, she
related a lot to each other, but Zeus didn't show it on the actual reunion.
did. Mm-hmm.
So Jason Lee had let me send him that clip of us hugging. And he played it in our interview on Gagging with Jason Lee. So people know, like, yo, there's no smoke. I like Judi. Like
Right.
there was, y'all didn't see us hug or whatever or relate. But we did, and I like Jason Lee too. And he loves Rihanna. Rihanna said I'm her favorite bad girl. She's a Pisces too. So I feel like if Rihanna likes him and hangs out with him, he must be, super cool in like in real life. Because Rihanna just not hanging out with anybody. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
she's
She blew
not like
it up
that.
with ASAP.
Yes. And she's a mommy. I think she's married to low key. She didn't announce it yet. But I definitely think she's probably a wife. Low
Oh,
key.
she's definitely a wife.
For
Like
sure.
ASAP been on her forever.
Yeah, yeah. I
Forever.
just actually before getting on here, I was on YouTube and one of my favorite YouTubers in pop culture. His name is Sloan. You should look him up, Sloan. And he just dropped a video today saying, the Met Gala 2025 is coming up. And apparently, I don't know if this is 100% true, but apparently Rihanna is trying to stop the Kardashians from attending this year. And they did a little deep dive because ASAP used to date Kendall Jenner. And,
Yeah.
Rihanna doesn't like Kendall already, though, because for the Victoria's Secret fashion show, one of her model friends, Victoria's Secret removed her friend from the fashion show so they could have Kendall Jenner walk instead. And Rihanna, you know, didn't
She
even
was
show
not with
up,
it.
didn't support it anymore after that. Yeah, because they're like, Kendall Jenner isn't even a real model. My girl has worked and this was her dream. And y'all are replacing her with somebody who just happens to be famous because she's a Kardashian. And Rihanna wasn't going for it. So there's a lot of like beef intertwined, with the Kardashian and Rihanna and even, Beyonce and Kanye and stuff, all that. So I don't know if that's true, but if she's stopping the to be honest, and I guess ASAP Rocky is like on the board or something, so he makes the calls. But to be honest, all Rihanna has to say is I'm not coming if they're there, and they're gonna remove the Kardashians. I feel like the Met Gala would much rather Rihanna be there than the Kardashians, even though the Kardashians are very powerful too. I feel like Rihanna is a little bit more powerful.
Ooh,
I mean, she's a billionaire,
she is. She is.
and she's actually talented. And not saying the Kardashians are great at what they do, but I think Rihanna being literally a global superstar is gonna, and the fact her man is on the board. So I think that she may have a little more pull, but you never know. I mean,
Yeah.
Kim Kardashian wore Marilyn Monroe's dress to the Met Gala, so that's a lot of that's some pull right there.
Are
So
you going to Met Gala?
one day. One day I will be at the Met Gala. No ifs, ands, or buts. I will be there definitely one day. But it's very a prestigious. It's if you do the deep dives on the Met Gala, apparently it's dark, but it's Hollywood. Everything is kind of dark. But yeah, I mean, there's no phones in there. Who knows what goes on in there? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Who knows what goes on in there, but I would definitely love to experience all of it, and I'm speaking it into existence for sure.
of course. So I'm assuming it's invitation only.
Absolutely. And it's like a prestigious. Yeah, it's not like the VMAs where you could buy a ticket and go, or like even the BET Hip Hop Awards, get a ticket and go or pop up at the red carpet. This is like I mean, they shut down New York City for it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a very, very prestigious up there. I mean, you could even buy a ticket to the Grammys. The Met Gala is like on a whole nother level. Like literally the creme de la creme, A list of the A list. That
A list. I can't keep up with these letters. A list, B list, C list, D list. I don't even
A
know
list.
what any.
And then to be honest, now with social media, I don't even think that really holds even that much power because social media has given. I mean, there's girls, women like Nora Smith, for instance. Shout out to Nora. She's one of my favorite TikTokers. And she's always been a model, but the popularity she has now from TikTok, I mean, she's up there now. You know what I'm saying? You could use the power of social media is so real that somebody can be a nobody tomorrow and then the next day be an A-lister. With the power of social media. You never know, you
It's,
know.
it's like Mean Girls. It's like you have your different sections. You have your JV jocks, your nerds, and all of this other stuff. And I'm just like, Hollywood is a lot.
It is. It's definitely a lot. And I feel like it's a lot of it has been exposed and there's more of it.
Hmm.
That's a whole nother deep dive though with the whole Hollywood and just everything. That's another place. And I don't want to piss nobody off. So that's just neither here nor there. But yeah, Hollywood is crazy.
Right, we're not trying to get canceled. But what I should have asked, because I know we just got right into the conversation. So mentally, I know the last time we spoke, you were feeling kind of like mentally I'm not in a good space. So from the last time we spoke, I think was before the new year. How are you feeling now? Are you in a better space mentally?
Oh yes, because my dad, speaking on it again, my dad crossed over, Christmas 10 years ago. So it was a big thing, just the holidays. I wanted to just focus on my family and just, um, remembering just, amazing memories and moments and stuff. Sometimes it can get a little emotional, but
Mhm.
ultimately everything always ends up okay, for sure.
That's good. I'm happy
Yes.
for you.
Yes.
Because I said, oh my God, I'm supposed to check on her. But if I text her right now, it's probably not going to be the right time. I'll probably wait till this interview and see how she's feeling, you know?
Yes. No, you can text me at any time. I trust you. It's crazy. My number has been leaked so many times, but I'm never going to change it because this is the only number I've ever had my whole life. Literally, my very first number. And I want it to always be my number. So when people in my past, if they need to reach out to me or family or anything, they always can contact me because I'll always have the same number.
Yeah.
But I have all my calls going straight to voicemail because my number has been leaked so much and bands play on my phone all day.
Yeah.
Literally, like 2 nights ago, I got like a group FaceTime call, and I don't even do FaceTime. But when I looked at it, it was like 20 people in there, and one of them was Natalie. And because, I have Natalie's number, so I'm like, oh my God, these fans, they had me and Natalie's number and they tried to call us in a group chat, like 20 people. So I didn't even respond. I just blocked everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't even get it because it goes straight to voicemail. But yeah, like people play on our phones all the time.
Oh
And
my
it's
God.
it's insane. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. See, I heard that Natalie's number got leaked, and I'm just like, damn, beach. How the fuck? Like,
I think
Natalie?
I think Smiley leaked her all her information, and I think she also like hacked her Twitter or something. That's just stuff that I see like on my timeline on the For You page because I don't follow none of that stuff. I really don't watch Baddies. I swear, like I don't watch Baddies. I can't get into it, and I think it's because me being a reality star in general, it's hard for me to watch reality TV now because I see where it was edited or what was taken out or what's not really there and what's there. You know what I mean? Like because I've lived it, I can't really enjoy it because I see through it now.
Right.
Um, but I'm big on like Tubi movies. I love Tubi movies and not the trash ghetto ones, but the like I mean, Tubi has all type of movies on there, So I'm a movie girl and I'm a documentary girl and be on YouTube watching true crime. Yeah, but as far as like reality TV, it's just hard for me to kind of watch and enjoy it because I'm like, because I understand it. But yeah, I think Smiley leaked from what I've seen on the internet. I think Smiley did all that shit. I wouldn't want to fuck with Smiley at all. Like
At
she
all.
is a hacker. She be hacking shit. I don't want no issues with her at all.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
I'm not gonna lie. Like when Smiley was on Baddies, I was like, this bitch is crazy. Like this bitch is crazy.
Yeah.
And then it's I I know Smiley wanted to get into Baddies and stuff, but I feel like just how she going about it, it's kind of like, bitch, no, I wouldn't want to fuck with her either.
Yeah. No, I don't think she has any boundaries, and I think she, I guess she knows people in the black market and the dark market, and she can hack your shit. I'm not interested. I don't want any of that. Like,
Yeah, I don't want
no
anybody.
need. I don't even want to be on her good side. I don't want to be on her bad side. I don't want to be on no side. That's what I'm saying. With real reality television, we go through an extensive background check and like 4 months of casting process. So they know everything about us. We meet with a psychologist. They know that we're not insane for real and we're not going to be a liability. We're crazy and we're good enough to be entertaining for television, but not a liability. And Zeus doesn't do background checks at all. So a lot of those girls that are on that show have a lot of issues and are really dangerous and they're on the show because they don't do a background check. So ultimately your safety is, screwed. I mean, there's people shooting BB guns and just, all types of crazy shit over there. So I just, it's going to be interesting to see what happens and what comes of it with all the allegations that are already out about the network and what's going on over there. You never know. It's
Yeah,
it's insane. But
sure. And I think too, like I know I watch Baddies, and I said, damn, like I watch this, but it's just a negative connotation of black women.
That's all it is. And whereas like on other reality shows, there's like not just black women. There's a mixture of different types of women from all walks of life, all different
Mhm.
backgrounds. Um, but also with baddies, they take a specific type of black person, a specific type of black girl, and they usually go for the women who haven't really came from much, who are willing to do anything for a little bit of money or fame. It's obvious that they are exploiting women, black women, from poverty. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like it's obvious. And that's kind of like what I said on the podcast about Natalie. I was just calling it out because if you watch her original season, she despises, dark women. Like she talked about them and she tried to deny it, but it's on television, So, I mean, her whole get up and her whole rebrand is wild to me. It's like she figured out like I know how to make money now by exploiting these same women that I really don't like, and look down on. But because it's trendy to be ghetto and hood right now, I'm gonna cash in on it because that's what's hot. And it's what keeps her relevant because ultimately she is 40 years old and her season of Bad Girls Club was like in 2006. So, I mean, you know what I mean? Like it's a way to stay relevant and to stay, hip, I guess, and in with the times. But that's what you have to do when you're not authentic, or when you have to, like me, I will never change and people will always love me because I'm me. You know what I mean? Like I've always been like this. Like I'm not a trend, I'm not a fad. I'm really me. You know what I mean? Like whereas Natalie, I feel like if everybody stopped this like ghetto wave or this hood girl wave or this ratchet wave or whatever, she would stop it because it's not authentic. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? So how can you like something that's not even real? It's weird to me.
Yeah.
Weird.
And a lot of, like Natalie's confessional looks be eaten, but a lot of people, excuse me, in the comments would say she's just trying to be like Stunner Girl.
Well, she is, and I also think she looks ridiculous. Like she's 40 years old. Like this is, I mean, whatever. People like what they like. I just think she looks like a fool. I think she looks ridiculous because she's old as hell. Like like these girls
Oh,
are like
yeah.
21. Like you're old as fuck. Like I'm not saying like 40 is old because as I said, 40 is not old. 40 is still very much young. But
Mhm.
40 to be doing that, like you're like you look. It looks insane. Like it looks actually that's mental illness to me,
Mhm.
because at some point you should have matured or grew up or something. You know what I'm saying? Like you
Yeah.
should have, like, you look childish and you look like you're trying too hard. Like yeah, Stunner Girl is literally like what, 25? She's
Mhm.
young like you. Like
Yeah.
it makes sense that she's wearing her hair like that and dressing like that and acting like that because she's still a baby. You know what I'm saying? Girl, you're 40 and you have a husband and a daughter that is going on like 10. Like,
Oh, a husband?
yeah, well, I mean, everybody knows like she has an open relationship. She be cheating and stuff like that. That's old news. Like that's old tea. Everybody been knowing that for years. Natalie, her tea has been out there forever. Everybody knows she's an escort. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. But what I'm saying is, she to me she looks like a fool, like an idiot.
Yeah, cause I remember when all the tea spilled about her and Curtis from Bad Boys, and how they was doing the do, and she was tricking on Curtis. Mind you, Curtis is a young, well, I think is a young guy, probably my age. I don't know, maybe older. Jesus only knows. So it's like to know that she's married with a daughter, and I don't know. I can't do open relationships. I'm just stingy with my man.
Yeah,
Okay.
me too. And it's just safe. Like it's safe to, I mean, there's too many diseases out there and stuff.
Mhm.
And I just feel like all of that is just unethical. Like, and mind you, like I said, everybody knows she's an escort. She's open about that. She's publicly said that. There's been, so I mean, this tea has been going on for years. Everybody knows she's an industry thought. Like everybody. But my thing is, it's different when you're actually having sex with men that are on your show. That's unethical.
Yeah.
And it's 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 a sex ring.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're soliciting men that are working for you and having sex with them. It's unethical.
Yeah, and I remember Rolly, she's on Baddies, she aired that out. And I was like,
Yeah, but she's over there having sex with security guards. So I mean, like,
oh,
yeah, like they're all it's all what it is. Like it's obvious what it is. You know what I mean? Like it's a sex ring. I mean, they have sex. They're escorts. They're working girls. And
and
that's going to
one
be
of them
dangerous.
had sex with Lemmy, and he's a married man. Ooh.
I mean, I don't think he's married though. I don't think him and Janisha really are married.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, he has girls, he has women. He's fucking Natalie too. They're all fucking each other.
oh,
Like so, yeah, like it's not anything ethical or professional about it over there at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's what you can do when you're not a real national syndicated television network. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they do that at other places, syndicated television shows, but they have to resign, they get fired, they get kicked out, they are held accountable. You know what I'm saying? He owns the app or whatever, so he could do whatever he wants. They could do whatever they want, ultimately. And everybody is interested in money, and they don't really have any morals, so they just look past a lot of shit for now, like they did with Diddy for
yeah.
over 20 years, and now look at him now. Eventually every dog has their day, and I don't wish them bad. I don't wish anything bad upon them. I'm just saying that it seems like a very dangerous situation that is just boiling and gonna explode, one day. Especially when the money runs out, or and nothing lasts forever. Like eventually nobody's gonna care about Baddies. It's redundant, like I don't see 10 years from now it being Baddies season 79. Like I just don't see that. Like, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Everything comes to an end. This is definitely an era. And I feel like when that day comes and the money dries up, or like people aren't viewing anymore, it just ultimately fell off. Their time passed. I think a lot of girls are going to start, coming out and exposing, because they're going to have to make money somehow. You know what
Agree.
I'm saying? So they're going to come out and start doing interviews like, yeah, I'll talk, but I need the, what they're doing to Diddy now, so I just hope, everybody's ready and prepared, because the girls be doing that already when things don't go their way or they have a minor fallout. Girls come on the internet like, I'm about to expose everything. You know what I'm saying? They do that now.
Hmm.
So, I think it's gonna really happen in, some years from now, when this era is over,
I agree.
for sure.
Hmm. And shout out to Natalie for doing whatever she do. If you gotta pop that pussy, bitch, do it.
Yeah, period. If that's, I mean, hey, like it is what it is. It is what it
Like,
is. You
not
got
me.
to live and let people live. Live and let live.
Okay, not me. I'll keep my pussy in my pants. Y'all be safe though.
Yeah.
Y'all be
No,
safe.
there's too much going on. I ain't selling no soul over here at all.
Okay, but
Because
I
the
want.
devil comes to collect.
Oh,
He will be
okay.
there on time. On
You got.
time.
Okay. But once again, I want to thank you so much for us finally getting this interview done, because I'm like, oh my God, I know life was life for me and life was life for you. And, I've been so excited to do this, for the longest, especially because, like I said, you're one of my favorite bad girls. You know
I
what I'm
love
saying?
you. I love you. I love you. And I'm so thankful that we finally had this. This was fun. This was therapeutic. It was like girl talk. It was definitely girl
Okay.
talk. So
Yeah.
yeah, let me know. I know this was live, but let me know. Send me the link, or like when you put it up on your page or wherever it is. And
Hmm.
I'll post it for my fans to go check it out and stuff too. And I'll DM you or message you something you should name it, just so we could have trigger words for it to hopefully catch the algorithm. Like you already know, put Baddies in it somewhere, or Bad Girls Club, just so it can catch the algorithm, because you know how the algorithm is on every platform. You
Oh,
gotta you gotta grab the algorithm. You gotta grab it. So, but yeah, I had so much fun, and I'm just so thankful, that you asked me to come on and to talk about some stuff, and I am excited about everything coming for you, and I'll definitely keep you posted on what I got for sure. Because we're gonna have to do a update later on
yeah.
down the line.
Yes, absolutely. And thank you to all the viewers that are watching.
Yes. I
Follow.
love you guys. Shout out to Team Judi. I have so much coming for you guys. Just stay tuned, and happy new year 2025. I'm wishing everybody lots of prosperity, luck, abundance in all forms, health, wealth, everything good for sure.
Absolutely. But if you want to follow us on social media, you can follow Judi at Miss MISS Judi with an I, not a Y,
Fact.
JAI. Okay. And if you want to follow me, you want to stalk me, send me some money, or you want to add to my Ed Hardy collection,
Yes.
okay, it's JE.SUIS.TASHA. It's not Jesus, it's not juicy, it's just we get it right, don't get me tight.
Period. And
Okay.
also, you guys go to my link tree, literally linktree.com/Miss Judi J. I'll send you the link so maybe you can put it in the description. But voodoo dolls are on sale, breakfast and bed candles are on sale, and on that link you can get to all of my projects and everything that I have going on. So all my social media sites, everything. So
Yes. Yes. And I have
I
to follow
love you guys. It's been so much fun, and see you guys next time.
later.
Mwah.
Oh my god.